Right. Well, I just gave you the names of chords. You know, chords made up of 2 notes, 3 notes, 4 notes, five notes. You know, called dyads, triads, tetrads, and so on and so forth. So you should take that information now and run out amongst your peers with it and bamboozle them, right? Show them how knowledgeable you are. What do you say about that, baby? I know. You gotta big up yourself sometimes, ain't it? Right. Okay, so let's carry on. How are chords formed? Well, most chords are formed by a process called stacking thirds. Let me show you how. Look at the screen and you'll see the G scale. Now if you started, say, with the G note and you added a third, that would be B. And then if you went up another third from B, that would be D. Right? So you would have G, B, D, which of course, as you know, is the G major scale. Now if you added another third, you would have the notes G, B, D, F sharp. So that would be a 4-note chord, a tetrad, which is called G major 7. And if you added another third, you would have a pentad called G major 9, made up of, as you can see, G, B, D, F sharp, and A. And if you wanted, you could go ahead and stack more thirds and keep on going up all the time. Similarly, you would use the same process to build chords on the other notes of the scale as well. If you started, for example, on A, and you stacked thirds and made a triad, you know, you'd form the chord of A minor. If you started on B, you know that would form for you B minor, and so on. See, this whole process of constructing chords is explained in detail on my earlier video lessons and also on my website. What you can do is go to YouTube, open up YouTube, and in the search pane write Bajan Pied Piper, 3 words, Bajan Pied Piper, and search, and all my videos will come up there. You just have to scroll down and look for them, because the names more or less indicate what the video is all about, and you'll be able to get more in detailed information about the formation of chords, which is very important. Now, why is it important to understand how chords are formed? Well, here's your answer. When you go to improvise a song, what you do is, as you should know, you dispense with the melody and play a new melody over the chords. Now notice this, you do away with the melody, but the chords are the bedrock harmony of the song, and the chords remain unchanged. So, what notes are you going to play in your improvisation over these chords that will not sound bad, or crunch, or clash, whatever words you want to use? The trick is this. So long as the chords of the song are scale tone chords, that is, chords made up of notes of the scale, whatever scale note you play over these chords are pretty well going to sound okay. They're not going to sound sour or discordant, or as some people would say, bad or wrong. Yeah? Capito? Good. The natural triad chords that you find associated with the G scale would be G major, and then as you go up the scale, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, and F sharp diminished. Those are the natural chords that are formed from the notes of the G scale. And of course you could extend those triads and make them make 4-note chords or 5-note chords or so forth. As long as those chords are made simply by stacking thirds or by using notes of the scale, any scale note that you play over these chords will reasonably sound okay. However, in every scale, there is one note in the scale that you need to be aware of, you need to be sensitive of, and it is the 4th note of the scale. And this applies, of course, to any and every scale, the 4th note. Now, if you look at the little chart there on the screen, you'll see the G scale. You'll see that's how the scales have numbers. Each note of the scale has a number. If you count up and look 1, 2, 3, 4, you find that the 4th note is C. All right? Now, whenever you go to improvise on any scale, when it comes time to play the 4th note, just be sensitive to be aware of it, because there is a possibility that it can sound discordant. Okay? The 4th note in the key of F is B flat, right? The 4th note in the key of C is F, and so on and so forth. Right? Now notice, I did not say you must not play the 4th note. I'm simply saying that you need to be sensitive of it, because in certain situations this note may possibly sound discordant. Okay? Well, remember the rule. Listen to what you are playing. And any time that you play a note that doesn't seem to fit quite nicely, it might sound what you might call bad or wrong or discordant or whatever. If you play a note and it doesn't sound right, get off of it right away and move over to another note, maybe the one right next to it. See? Right. Now, there are other notes that you need to include in your improvisation besides scale tone notes. And these notes will be semitones. As you know, a scale has 7 notes, and in between those notes are some semitones. There are actually 5 semitones in a scale. And so semitones are obviously what you would call non-scale notes. But so you should play some non-scale tone notes in your improvisation in order to be able to pretty it up. But you have to be careful when you play non-scale notes, okay? And the trick is this. Just touch on those semitones lightly, quickly, okay? Touch on it, play it, and move off, right? Don't linger on it. Don't tarry on it. Or as John Gindick would say, don't camp out on it, okay? And you can safely play those non-scale notes without causing them to clash with the chords. Okay, as I said, all of this stuff I've already done in more detail in previous videos, so please be sure you look at all of my tutorial videos and get up to speed with everything. Well, okay, it's getting up to be about that time, so time to go. Let's continue over on episode number 3, looking the margin notes for the link. More time.